A lot of people see Gilbert now and think that stardom has come easy to him. But that couldn't be farther from the truth. Growing up as the son of a single dad and unemployed actor, Gilbert and his father headed to California in search of a better life.
Me and Gil was living on the streets. We were struggling and had no money at the time I came out here.
We were living in a car, at a park. Then, eventually a police officer told us we need to find some place to stay, so we start staying at the gym, sleeping on mats. Just seeing my dad every day, reading scripts for his jobs that he was, going after and, failing them, not getting a part. Commercial got canceled, and he was still, working on it. And one day I asked him, I was like, why are you going to work on it? Something bad's going to happen. And he was like, that's not the point. The point, if something does happen, I'll be ready for it.
Gilbert would dedicate himself to basketball just the way his dad would want him to, and eventually earned a scholarship to the University of Arizona, although he was far from a prize recruit.
You're not going to get any minutes at Arizona. They're a powerhouse. They just won a championship 2 years before. They had Mike Bibby. You're not going to play where Mike Bibby played. And when I got there, I was like, since no one think I'm going to be anything, I'll just go with the number 0.
He wanted to have that on his chest to remind him every day this is what people were saying.
Gilbert became a starter as a freshman and helped lead Arizona to the NCAA title game as a sophomore. He then entered the NBA draft, finally ready to take center stage.
You're looking through the draft, and you're hearing names you never heard before, like, oh, wait, where is this kid coming from? Who is that? And then Sacramento told me, if I ever got to 25, I wouldn't get past 25.
The Sacramento Kings select Gerald Wallace from the University of Alabama.
Arenas was picked in the second round by the Golden State Warriors.
I had so much anger inside to see just teams just crush my dream. Most players are happy to get drafted. I wasn't.
We couldn't go back and change what had happened in the draft. So I told him, I said, Gil, it's going to be all right, man. Trust me, it's going to be all right. But truly, you're going to have to work.
So I was in that gym at 6 o'clock. I was in there 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock. I was just in there. All I can think about is just proving everyone wrong.
Gilbert would prove to be a pleasant surprise for the Warriors and eventually earn a starting position.
Now with 4, with 3, Gilbert the lane to lay it in and draw the foul.
But ultimately, the Warriors would choose their first-round draft picks to build around, and once again, Gilbert would be forced to look for a new home. And he'd find that home in Washington.
I was a young player, just signed his contract, wanting to prove that I was worth, every penny of it.
Arenas, played by Heinrich. Here's Arenas. This for the win. Yes! It's over!
Gilbert was an instant hit as he helped turn the Wizards into winners and turned himself into an all-star.
It doesn't click until you walk in and you actually see your name on that jersey. Like, this is actually, no one can take this away from me.
That's what it's all about, first time. It's good to see stuff like that. He's excited. I'm just happy.
You see Vince Carter, Grant Hills on the right of you. Wow, like all in one place. Did everyone feel like this their first time? Or is it just me?
Are we going to keep the roll, too? Are we going to keep the roll? Yeah, of course.
I always dreamed of this, but I really never thought it would happen. It was just something that I always tell myself to keep me going. And it actually happened. I made it.
But making it didn't stop Gilbert as he continued to live by the words of his father. Night after night, he would go to the Wizards gym and practice, and practice, and practice.
I shoot thousands of shots. All wild, wicked, just situations I think I'm going to be in.
Arenas for 3, banks it in! Gilbert Arenas with 54.
As long as I get a clear shot, clear look at that rim, it's going in. No matter where it's from.
Gilbert for the win. Oh, baby! Agent Zero wins the game at the buzzer for Washington.
Taking his game to new heights this season, he's managed to even surprise himself.
Gilbert Arenas with a career night, 60 points. It's also a franchise best. 60. What do you think about that?
Agent Zero checks the clock. Gilbert for the win. Got another one! He is amazing! Gilbert Arenas wins the game at the buzzer for the Wizards.
My dad. He always told me, if you want to be good, you got to keep at it, because while you're resting, somebody out there is working in the world. This is the reason, who I am. I'm not going to let myself, I'm not going to let my dad down.